you disobey, you will lose your job and get replaced by some pale freak who works for Elon Musk and hates all of humanity. You don't want that little weirdo doing your job in the federal government. According to the organization Advocate for Trans Equality, 1 in 5 transgender people have been homeless at some point in their life. Transgender workers make an average of 68 cents to each cisgender worker's dollar. And this situation is even worse for trans women, trans people of color, and especially black trans women. And so the union both helps us as trans people be safe in our identities at work and offers us a little more money and job security to survive the ravages of capitalism. And so, targeted person to targeted person, union member to union member, I say solidarity to the organized federal workers of this country. May this fascist regime break helplessly against your combined worker power.
Hey everybody, I'm Will. I'm a federal worker. I'm a veteran, and I'm NTU proud. DOGE and its staff are engaged in a campaign to gut the federal government and to eliminate the vital services that we provide to the people. And while the IRS might not be your favorite agency, you can't deny that we have a pretty important role in our country's economy. 96% of our nation's revenue is collected through our federal tax system. The taxes fund energy programs, agricultural projects, social services, and more. Laying off a significant number of IRS employees will put us on a path to financial ruin. Why on earth would anyone want to gut an agency that has returned over $21 billion to more than 200 million Americans?
And I love to steal!
I was staying around that pole.
Yes.
We shall not be ruled, just like a free people standing united. We shall not be ruled. Donald Trump is not a king, we shall not be ruled. Donald Trump is not a king, we shall not be ruled, just like a free people standing united. We shall not be ruled.
You working too much? Yeah.
And if Musk is in the way, gonna roll right over him.
Civil rights attorney, and until Tuesday night, I worked for the U.S. Department of Education in the Cleveland, Ohio Office for Civil Rights, or OCR for short. On Tuesday, right after 6 p.m., every Cleveland OCR employee received an email telling us that our office was being abolished, and every employee was being terminated. Later that night, I learned that in addition to OCR Cleveland, the offices in San Francisco, Chicago, Dallas, New York, Philadelphia, and Boston have all been eliminated. There used to be 11 OCR offices, and now there are only 5. But what does the Office for Civil Rights even do anyway? Maybe we're all lazy bums who sit around doing nothing, right? So we had plenty of real work to do, and we were doing it every day. Our job was to investigate civil rights violations in schools. When we were still open, the Office for Civil Rights was already overwhelmed with more than 12,000 cases. We needed more investigators to handle the caseload. But now there are 0 investigators in Cleveland, in New York, in Chicago, in Dallas, in Philadelphia, in San Francisco, or here in Boston. There are now thousands and thousands of cases sitting at OCR with no one working on them. There are thousands of students, parents, teachers, and schools who have no one to enforce the law. There are simply too many cases for the remaining staff at the Office for Civil Rights to handle. I don't know what will happen to all the cases that I was investigating. I'm not even allowed to contact people who have filed complaints to let them know what happened. I don't know what will happen to those kids, and the people who are in power right now don't care. They don't care what happens to the kids that I work with, and they don't care what happens to your kids. Thank you all for being here in solidarity with me and my colleagues, and in solidarity with all of the kids who I cannot help anymore. Good luck to you all.
Thank you, Ariel. Yo creo que todos tenemos voz y tenemos derechos y seguir luchando, porque sí se puede.
You know, I think all of us here, we have a voice and we have rights, and you know, we got to keep up the struggle because we can, right? Can we? Yes, we can. Sí se puede.
No sé si saben, pero prácticamente Cosecha es un movimiento que lucha por el derecho de las personas sin comunidad.
So I don't know if you know, but Cosecha is a movement that fights for the rights of undocumented people.
Y hace poco pues se pasó la ley de la licencia de conducir para las personas que no tienen un estatus migratorio.
So you might have heard recently there was a law that was passed to get driver's licenses for people that don't have an immigration status.
Y hoy estoy aquí presente para decirles que estoy con ustedes también en la lucha.
And I'm here today to tell you that I'm here with you in the struggle.
La lucha sigue.
The struggle continues. Okay.
When they take fund out of our health care, we have one of the worst in the world. Yet, in Zionist Israel, they have one of the best and they pay 0 for it. We have expensive and effective. Well, it is local. When they take Social Security, when they take, I can go ahead. See, that's why it takes 2 hours and 33 minutes. Because there are so many things where they cut the fund and then try to think we are stupid or we don't know what they are doing. But we know, and we know there is only one way forward. It is local and it is connected, because look at the faces around you. Those are the faces that show up. If it's a rally for fun, if it's a rally for LGBTQ, if it's a rally for Palestine, we are the same people, we are in the same struggle together, and we're gonna stay together like that. We have no choice.
Senate Democrats have betrayed us. They voted no to closure, but yes to negotiating with the GOP. Yes to negotiating to white supremacists. Like, I know government work. Believe me, it's hard work. It's barely recognized, little rewarded. But when my colleagues at NPS go out in the dead of winter to restore a salt marsh, they're doing that so our coast can survive the flood that's coming. And surviving that flood is reward enough. When my colleagues at EPA work their asses off, work overtime with no pay, to make sure Raytheon, to make sure PepsiCo doesn't dump raw industrial sewage into our waterways, clean water is a reward. When my colleagues at the National Marine Fisheries Services who are working day in, day out right now to make sure those fish survive, where our fishermen go out, that resource is there, that ocean lives, because that is where our oxygen comes from. Air to breathe, food to eat, that is reward enough. But the people who are representing us, Elizabeth Warren, Ed Markey, Chuck fucking Schumer, what reward are they looking for? They're not looking for our votes. They're not looking for our power. They just betrayed us. They traded away the only power we have, the withholding of our labor, for bipartisan nonsense that we didn't ask for. We don't work with Nazis. We don't work with white supremacists. We don't work with male supremacists and racists and people who hate trans people. We don't do that. What we do is build. It is workers who built this city. It is workers who built this country. It is workers throughout the world that make this planet a livable one, a breathable one.
G-O-T-T-O-G-O, Musk and DOGE have got to go. G-O-T-T-O-G-O, Musk and DOGE have got to go.